Okay, welcome to join today's webinar. So it has been quite a long time since the last webinar, which was in November. And now I'm really happy to meet you all guys with this interesting topic. So today's webinar is going to be about new AI NVR, which has been released since last month. So let's have a look at the agenda for today. So I'm going to introduce what is the new AI NVR we have now about the product lineup, and we applied some brand new user interface for this NVR. And of course, it's since it's AI NVR, it will have, of course, some features based on AI engine and some specification as well. So we're going to have this NVR with a 64 channel and 32 channel. It's going to be quite a large scale NVR, and it will have identical user interface and user experience applied for local monitor and web as well. If you have any experience with our previous NVR, it has been there was a difference between local interface and web interface. So maybe you could find some difficulty to get used to use. You have to learn how to use from local and web as well. But now it's almost identical, so it will be easier to learn how to use it. And also, Wisenet AI camera will be integrated. And for the AI NVR, standalone AI functions with built-in AI engine will be available. And support up to 8K resolution, which is 32 megapixel resolution camera recording and decoding. It will have 16 hard drive slot and support maximum 10 terabyte hard disk. Of course, it will support RAID 5 and 6, and some product will support dual power supply for redundancy. And failover will be supported for every NVR. So just have a look at the naming rule of the NVR. So we will have two kind of series of this new NVR, which is P and X. P means premium lineup and X means versatile. And of course, it will be the recorder, so that's why we have R in second letter, and type will be network. And you can have channel information from the first two digit, which is 64 or 32, something like that. And at the end, you can see the B4 means 4 means you can just multiple 4, then you will have how many hard drive slot you will have. So this means bay 4 means base 16. You can multiply by 4. And we're going to have two series, which is PRN and XRN. The big difference between these two series is PRN is AI NVR, complete AI NVR, which have the AI engine. So you can use just normal camera, non-AI camera for the AI feature as well, because the AI algorithm will be in the NVR. So you don't have to use AI camera to use AI functions. But for XRN series, this is a kind of just normal NVR. It's not including AI engine inside. So you can use AI camera for the AI function, but you cannot use AI function with just normal cameras. So that's the difference between P series and X series. Other features like event handling and performance will be almost same. Okay, so first of all, we're gonna have a look at the what is the new user interface. So as I told you before, it will be identical user interface for local monitor and web interface. And also, we try to reduce the time for initial setup. So run install wizard, then it will take less than 5 minutes to start recording. So let's have a look at the video clip for the install wizard. You start install wizard, just a second. I want to hide this bar. Right. So just once you turn on the new MVR, first you will need to set the language type, and automatically DHCP server for this MVR will have 3 network. So you can see this network 1, 2, 3, and the DHCP server will be run automatically. So if you want, you can stop. And also you have to set the network configuration for each network port. So here you can see the network 1 port is only available because I put just the network 1 port, plug the LAN cable. That's why only one network port 1 is available. You set the IP address. Okay, and go next. And first you have to set the initial password for the administrator. Okay, after that, so now you will have 2 cases. First one, you can put the camera, which is complete new one, factory default camera, which will not have any initial password. Then you set here, so if you plug the new cameras, then the MVR will give the initial password same as the MVR password to the camera if you check this, or you can also set the initial password for the camera as well. And if you connect the MVR to some existing cameras which will already have the password, then you can enter the camera password, ID and password in here. Then MVR will search, discover the cameras on the network, then automatically logged in. And you need to set the time zone and timeline. After that, the MVR will search every cameras and every devices from the network automatically, and you can see the status. If it shows as a success, that means the ID and password you put in already is correct. So the MVR already logged into the cameras and ready to register. So if the camera fail means not connected to the network, and authentication fail, then you can just modify ID and password with this icon. So you select cameras which you want to register, and just click register button. Then all camera will be registered. And go to next. Then you can modify the layout of the cameras. And that's it, and ready to go. So this is the initial setup with install wizard with new AI NVR, which is quite simple. And another thing about the new user interface, you will have this real-time event monitoring bar on the left-hand side. So if some event is happening, then immediately that event will show in this event bar. And also, if you click this playback icon, then you will have this instance pop-up viewer for playback, and you can see the detail. And about the PTG controls, it's also easier than before. So just let's have a look. So there are quite many ways to control PTZ. First of all, you can just click on the screen, then it will move. And also you can make this kind of a square box. This is area zoom. So just draw a box, and PTG will follow with zoom with this box. This is a area zoom function. And also you can just point this cross icon, and you can just drag it. This is about the PTH control. And basically, this new MVR will support this dual stream recording, which means it will record one high resolution and one low resolution stream. in default. Of course, it's optional. So if you don't want to record low resolution, you can just turn off. But low resolution profile will be used for the mobile streaming and sometimes multi-channel playback. Because since this MVR have a 32 or 64 channel, which is quite many, but sometimes you will need to playback more than 60 channel, 16 channel or some 20 channel or something like that. Then it will switch to the low resolution recording playback automatically. Then you will playback multi-channel simultaneously. So once you register camera to the MVR will create this new profile live for MVR as a low resolution. So from the profile configuration, you can see, so now profile number 2, which is name is H.264, full resolution, which is 4K here. And it will be used as a record and high resolution for live monitoring. And for this live MVR profile will be used as a low resolution recording and live, and also will be used for the remote, which is mobile access. And this is also new feature for the new MVR. New MVR will support this distributed recording. The reason why we put this function is to maximize the performance of the recording bandwidth. Because if you basically the concept of this function is make a group for the hard disk group and assign specific cameras for recording. So for example here, so you make a group 1 with a full hard drive and you assign the 32 channel of the cameras. Then these 32 channel cameras will be recorded to the only hard disk number 1, 2, 3, 4. But here, it will not record to the one by one. I mean, record the hard disk number 1, after that going to 2, going to 3, not like that. In that case, the writing performance will be limited, which is 150 megabps. But if you make a group of the hard drive, then recording will be done to the multiple hard drives simultaneously. That means it will increase the recording performance. So then at the time you can achieve 400 megabps for recording without using RAID. So also you can assign more hard drive for some specification which can have longer recording duration. So if you think some cameras are important and need to have a longer recording duration, then you can assign more hard drive for that cameras. And if not, you can assign less hard drive for that camera group. So this is the concept of the distribute recording. So basically, the recording bandwidth performance will be 150 in default if you are using only one hard drive for the recording. But if you are using this distributed recording, then it will give you 400 megabps recording performance. And also, if you are using RAID 5 and 6, same, you will have 400 megabps for recording. And also, event rule, this is quite big change actually. So before it was only getting event and that's it. So our previous MVR could receive only event which was defined already from the camera or MVR. But now you can make your own event rule from here. So you can create your own rule with event. You can choose event trigger from here and you can choose event action from here. So what kind of event trigger we have? Actually, almost every kind of event trigger we have from the cameras or from the MVR as well. So we have a motion detection and some video analytic and face detection, tempering, defocus, and everything actually. And now you can see the icon. Can you see this icon with a little star? This is dynamic event, which means before if we develop some new VA function from the cameras, then we have to develop MVR as well. and it took time to make a full integration. But now, if we develop new video analytics from the camera side, then NVR will automatically discover that video analytic event as a dynamic event and fetch that event as an event trigger. So you don't have to update or modify the firmware of the NVR to integrate with the new video analytic from the camera. So you just connect the camera and NVR will detect the event trigger automatically. So almost that event trigger here. And for the event action, we have a PTG preset moving and also alarm out, which is a relay output, and also sending email. And here we have a mobile push notification. Before, very limited event could be sent as a mobile notification. But now, as you can see, you can make just event rule with every trigger, and you can assign to the mobile push notification, which is much flexible and much broad than our previous MVR. And also monitor event, which means when an event occurs, the screen of the corresponding channel will be displayed by switching to the live screen. And also you can make a schedule for this event. So let's have a look how it works from the mobile push notification. Oops, sorry. So basically, this is my mobile, and this is MVR. So now I'm making some event notification. It's like a line crossing and object detection, like a face detection, person detection, and loitering. So I made this video analytic event, and from the mobile, there will be push notification like this, and once you click it, and once the mobile application will be started automatically, and you can see the list of the alarm. And if you search the alarm from some specific cameras like this, and date, the full list of the alarm here. Maybe you wonder, actually the algorithm of the sending push notification is not completely real time. I mean, it will have an interval like 5 seconds or 10 seconds. Then it will gather the event during that 10 seconds and send together. So that's why we have a 3 or 4 notification at the same time at once. So from the event list, you click the event and then you can see the playback. Okay. So, but you have to remember, actually, this is not about the MVR, it's about the mobile application. We are using P2P service to register MVR to the mobile application. And also, if you want to get the event notification, you have to register MVR to the mobile application via P2P service. I mean, there are other ways to register MVR to the mobile application, like a DDNS or some static IP address, but only P2P service can receive this kind of event. So please remember it. And post-device integration, actually, this is not new. It's been already from our MVR. So as the MVR can be integrated with post-device and receives some text data. And also user can assign specific channel for the post integration and display text data on the screen like this. So you can choose the camera channel for the integration of the post device. And text data will be stored in the MVR and also available for text search, and also can be used for alarm trigger as well. Sorry. So which means you can set some keyword. You can set the keyword in the MVR. Then if that keyword is detected from the text data, then it will make alarm. It's possible. So, and also you can search with some specific keyword as well. Okay, finally, we have AI features here. As I told you before, the difference between XRN and PRN, actually we don't call the PRN MVR as an AI MVR. Only PRN is AI MVR. Because the XRN you can use AI features with only the AI cameras. But PRN MVR you can use AI features with, of course, with the AI cameras or with the non-AI PX series cameras. So which means what you can do with the XRN with the AI camera is object detection, like a person, face, vehicle, and number plate. And also you can do some forward with attribute. And with the PRN AI MVR, you can use the same AI object detection and forensic search and also LPR search with AI camera. And also non-AI camera as well can do AI object detection and forensic search and LPR search as well. So only difference between AI camera and non-AI camera is face detection. With AI camera, you can use face detection as well, but non-AI camera, you cannot use face detection. And maybe you are wondering why I'm not mentioning about the face recognition thing here, because there has been an issue about the some kind of private information policy. So our management now is deciding the policy about this face recognition features. Of course, it's available from the PRN AI MVR, but it's only available with the AI camera because AI camera can detect a face and you need detect a face for face recognition. So anyway, I'm going to explain this face recognition thing a bit later. So if you have this PRN AI MVR, you can see this page from the menu. So there's the AI engine resources. And if you turn on AI features for the non-AI camera or AI camera, it will take some resource from AI engine like this. So if you are using AI camera, it will display it as AI and it will take 1.6 point, 0.6% of the AI engine resources to use AI features. But with non-AI cameras, it will take around 3.1%, which means if you calculate it, if you are using AI camera, if just imagine this is a 64 channel MVR, then if you are using AI camera, you can use 64 channel for the AI or full channel. But if you are using non-AI cameras, then only half of it, I mean 32 channel, can be used for AI features. But just one thing you have to be careful. Actually, if you are using only object detection, AI recognition means face recognition and LPR. So if you are not using LPR and face recognition and you are using AI camera, it doesn't take any resource from AI engine because AI camera already doing the job of object detection and just sending metadata. So if you are using only object detection with AI camera, it will not take any resource from AI engine. But the main reason of using this PRN AI MVR, of course, it will be uh, using the non-AI camera as an AI camera. So if you are using non-AI camera, then it will take 3.1% for the AI engine resources. Okay, about the object detection, already last year we released our AI camera, so I think maybe you are quite familiar with these AI features. So it's the same actually. So camera will take the shot and send metadata to the MVR, and inside of MVR will do the job for the AI features, and you can see the best shot and attribute from the event bar. So you will see the event and event with the best shot as a person detection and face detection and vehicle detection, and also you can see attribute of the subject, like for person, like a gender and cross color, and for the face, like a gender, age, and face mask, and for the car, it's car type and the color. And from the AI search, we have this person search and face search and vehicle search, and we have these kind of filters. So you can make a filter for the gender and color and carrying a bag for the person, and for the face, like a gender, age, glass, and mask, and for the vehicle, the type of the vehicle and vehicle color. Okay, let's have a look the demo video for the AI search. So just go to the AI search menu, and this is the person search. And set the camera channel and date and time, and just search without any filter. Then it will search every person detection event from the MVR. First of all, it will show like this list, but you can switch to the best shot image with this icon. So now you will see the best shot image of every event. And once you click the playback icon, oh, sorry. Oops. Yeah, once you click the playback icon, it will show you playback instant viewer pop-up. Now I will apply some filters, like gender with the male and cross color with yellow. Then it will give you the result of the search, only person with a yellow color clothes. That's me. Okay, about the face search, pretty much same. You just search and it will give you every result, and you can put some filters like no glasses and no masks. Then you can have this result. So basically, this AI search will reduce quite much time to find some specific person or face. You don't have to go through 3 or 4 hours video footage. You can just apply some filters and you can find it. And about the LPR search. So the PRN AI MVR, you can use AI camera, it doesn't matter. You can use LPR function. So you can just check the AI recognition, which is the LPR search, LPR function. Then it will take the snapshot of the every number plate, and it will be stored in the MVR. And then once you go to this LPR search menu, and you can search with keyword. So in here, for example, I put 32 for the keyword, and then it will find every number plate with 32 like this. And also you can click the playback icon, and it will give you the playback of the full shot. Okay. And lastly, also this AI MVR will support some maintenance functions. This is a hard drive management function, which is a smart information. So normally every hard disk will provide this information, which is attribute like how many hours you are using this hard drive and what kind of a status now for this hard drive. So it will be very useful for the maintenance, because this hard drive status quite critical, because otherwise you could lose your all footage video. So we really recommend to check this hard drive status, like maybe every week or every month, just regularly, and then you can prevent some problem causing from the hard disk. So just a few things you need to check more. So some important attribute from the smart information. First one is raw read error rate. So every attribute in here if the value is higher than threshold, that means could cause the problem. So you need to check this regularly. And if you have some problem, you have to replace hard disk in advance. So it will give you the power on hours as well. So how many hours you are using this hard drive. The recommendation of replacement is 20,000 hours for the hard drive. So if you see this power on hours, the attribute is more than 20,000, then it's recommended to replace hard drive. Okay. And about the specification of the NVR, so this is about the PRN AI NVR. So we have 3 types of the NVR. So 2 64 channel NVR and 1 for the 32 channel. And this one with D is a dual power supply redundancy. So we'll have a recording bandwidth with 400 megabps, and the codec will be supported as a H.264 and MJPEG, and display will be 4K with HDMI and another HDMI with full HD resolution. And maximum resolution will be 32 megabps, and it will have these AI features like object classification and LPR search and best shot. Here, if you have an AI camera, as I told you before, you can have a maximum 32 channel with the AI feature for the 64 channel NVR. So it will be half. Okay, so you can have a look at this later, maybe. And this one is for the XRN. So without AI features, it's all same actually, or same with the PRN series. Okay, thank you for joining webinar today, and that is quite all for today.